Hello guys, welcome back to F3 Ammons. It's Luke here. It's been a while, and as promised, an Ask Luke video. Obviously during the international break, all the FIFA videos and previews will be back this week, building up to Sunday's game against Everton. But until then, Ask Luke. This one comes in from, I think it's John from Thailand or Phil from Thailand. Sorry, top of my memory, I can't remember. And he said, can you rate the signings so far that have come in? Yeah mate, why not? What a good video that makes, looking at the signings we've brought in. What have they done in these sort of first 8 to 10 games? Let's have a look. Let's start with Areola. So Areola's played a few games now, and I was very excited when we signed this guy, and I still am. I still think there's a huge prospect, not even a prospect, there is a top goalie sitting there waiting. We've seen Fabianski retire a couple of days ago for Poland. So in terms of that, is he thinking that maybe his club career, maybe he's only got another year, 2 years? Areola is a top goalie. We've seen him pull off some great saves as well in the couple of games he's played. 2 clean sheets, I believe, as well in those games. He was a bit shaky first sort of 10 minutes at Old Trafford, but Old Trafford, you're always going to be facing shots. You're going to be a bit nervous. It's a big place to go and make your debut, especially in goal, where you're so highly scrutinised if you make a mistake. I like this guy. This guy was fantastic for Fulham, and I do think he will be our number 1 by the end of the season. And if not, maybe even in goal for Everton as well. We've seen that Fab's made a few little wobblers, a few little spillages and stuff like that. And I'm not being harsh on him, because I know people are going to jump in the comments and go, if you're just judging him, because I know there's some saddos out there, trolls. But yeah, for me, maybe Areola may even start on Sunday, mate. So, the guy's got a massive future with us. So let's wait and see what happens. Then we look at, who else did we sign? Obviously Vlasic. We've seen bits and bobs of him. When he come on, and on his debut against Southampton, I thought he was brilliant. There was shades of Arnie there. Strong, closing down defenders, stole the ball for a few of them. And then since then, as it hasn't looked quite right for him yet. He looks a bit, he can look out of sorts, and like, what is your position? Are you a central attacking mid? Do you play on the right wing? Are you a striker? It's, I think Moyes is struggling to find his actual position yet. And I think that's maybe why we didn't see him come on in the Brentford game. I think Moyes, it's going to take him time. I'm not going to... Listen, we can't sit there and judge and moan about a player, because we've seen it with Benrahma. I'm one of the most patient people with Benrahma last year. I wanted us to sign Benrahma, and we're seeing, the fruits of waiting now. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're showing how good he is. But with the Vlasic, it's going to just take time. It's going to take time, Get him in there in them later Europa League games. If we go and win against Genk in a week or so's time, then 2 home and away, we'll have 2 games to sort of play with, really, where we can use him. There's a player in there, and I'm sure we'll start seeing it. He's another one. You remember when Arnie first come? There was a bit, when Arnie first come, there was a bit of a, what is he? What is he about? And then Arnie got that first goal against Chelsea, and he just went on for strength. And it may be one of them cases, where as soon as Vlasic gets his first goal, he could go on and on and on. But again, it's just waiting for that first goal. Same with Benrahma, isn't it? Got his first goal, now he can't stop scoring or getting assists. You know what I mean? It's just confidence. It's just, the longer it goes on, obviously the worse your confidence gets, and the quicker it happens, the quicker your confidence changes. So hopefully, it changes very, very soon. Obviously, next one's Kurt Zouma. Been impressed with him. I have. In Europe, he was a beast, a monster. Maybe in the Brentford game, he was caught out a little bit for pace. But again, he's just learning his way into West Ham. With Old Bonner, I think he's looked really good with Diop as well. And we have signed a great defender. At the end of the day, we have signed a top defender there in Zouma. And he does improve us. I think just a little bit of a slightly lacklustre performance against Brentford all over the pitch. You wouldn't section him out as just one. But yeah, top player. I think he will develop the Diops. He's looked good with anyone he's played with. Dawson or Bonner. And Diop, as I keep repeating. But yeah, there's a player in there. Yeah, a top signing and a big signing. I think he's going to be really important as it goes on. Another one, will definitely score a couple of goals this year from set pieces. Very dangerous. Yeah, and I think, you know, the Brentford game was just an off game for him, but apart from that, he's been top quality. And then we have got Alex Crown. We've seen him in the Old Trafford game. And I thought he did all right, to be honest with you. Yeah, his passing was a bit off, but in terms of the, you know, what he was there to do, be a nuisance, win the ball back, and, you know, just be a defensive, you know, solidarity. And let's remember, as I keep saying, he was playing with Mark Noble. And no disrespect, Mark Noble had a really good game that game, but I keep saying I want to see him play with Rice. I want to see him play with Soucek, you know, someone where he doesn't have to do their running and he can, you know, they're both sharing the running responsibilities. And I think you'd get a really good performance out of him. You know, there are arguments at the minute about Soucek in terms of, you know, if you are going to rest someone, it would potentially be him, because his performances hasn't been totally up to scratch. How much that's down to the Rice wanting to get more forward, who knows? You know, it's a bit of a problem at the minute that it's creating in that midfield. As good as we are and as good a start to the season, you know, the longer that goes on, you know, Tom's form dips, and, you know, is it that we really are pushing Rice on to be an attacking midfielder, or, you know, a full centre midfielder, I'd call it, that does both, defends and attack? I don't know, it's a tough one. But yeah, with Krell, I was quite impressed with Old Trafford performance, to be honest with you. And there is a player in there. There certainly is a player in there. But yeah, we need to see a bit more of him. Maybe the Man City game you might play in a couple of weeks. Maybe he'll play in the Ghent game. I do expect to start seeing him a bit more. But it is weird, you know, that Moyes, you know, ain't using subs. Like the Brentford game, he didn't use any subs. He could have brought Crow on in that game. He could have brought Vlasic on, or even Lanzini, for example. But yeah, mate, really good question. Let me know what you guys think. What do you agree with what I'm saying? You know, it's only an opinion at the end of the day. I'm not right, I'm not wrong. It's an opinion. Let me know what you guys think about the signings we've signed. Just want to finish this video today. All of you will know I'm a massive boxing fan, and obviously we didn't do a podcast this week. Tyson Fury, what a guy. What a guy. You know what I mean? I absolutely love him. Absolutely love him. I know he's a Marmite character with some people. You know, some people hate him, some people love. I absolutely love the guy. Been watching him, you know, since right back in the day, Channel 5 days, you know, when he was on there, Mick Hennessy and stuff like that. Been to see him a couple of times. Chisora fight at the XL, went to see him. Inspirational guy, you know, from, you know, depths of nothingness, you know, mental health struggles and drugs and drink troubles, you know, to come back and be heavyweight champion, to dismantle and absolutely humiliate Deontay Wilder, you know, on two, you could maybe even argue 3 occasions. Absolutely inspirational guy. Wonderful fight as well, you know, not a technical show, but in terms of drama and entertainment, you know, you don't get many heavyweight fights with that much drama. Loads of knockdowns. What a fight. What a fight. And I don't think there's many arguments now in terms of who is the best heavyweight of this generation. It's him at the moment. Obviously, you know, there's still arguments, you know, go and fight Joshua. He beats Joshua for me. He does. I think the Usyk fight is more exciting. I think that could be a technical game of chess, that could. But yeah, massive congratulations to Big Tyson. Love him loads. Absolutely love him. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Like I say, videos not been as consistent last few days, but then there's no news. There is no news. You know, there's little smidgings about Lingard to Newcastle. You know, might be one of the first takeover signings because they're going to be clever about it rather than going, you know, massively big early on. They're going to buy their like players like Lingard and Tarkowski's linked as well. You know, they're clever signings. They're clever signings rather than going straight away big. You know, just build slowly, and then eventually you will get to that stage where they maybe are buying the Mbappes and the Haalands. But yeah, it's good. That's about the only news. There's a little bit about Premier League starting a loan fund of like $1 billion, where, you know, clubs can loan from the Premier League, and that may ease the payments that Gold and Sullivan are taking out of the club. There's loads of little silly ones like that, but nothing major. Anyway, guys, thank you so for watching. Have a great week. FIFA video will probably be out on Wednesday. I'll do a preview on Thursday. Me and Paul will be back with a podcast this weekend. Yeah, until next time, guys, come on, you irons, keep believing if you can. Drop some questions in. I might be able to get another question video out this week. Until next time, let's go.